Good afternoon, everyone. We are back at Six Flags Great Adventure. We're here to definitely check out the new updates that is happening with Project Purple right over here. We're also going to be checking out the inside of the park later. We're going to be seeing what the Shoreline Piers is looking like since they've gotten some more track for Barrels of Fun. And we're going to see how they develop that area and see how it's coming along. Let's first start off with what we have back here with Project Purple, which is our 2027 coaster that we have coming out. As you can see, the stall has been completed for about a couple of weeks now. And I have to say that seeing the stall now is actually really up close and personal. It's really amazing seeing it. This is going to be one of the longest stalls that have ever existed on the planet Earth. And it kind of reminds me with G-Force magazine, they created this coaster. It was called Thunderstrike 2. And he created this stall, what this is right here. And who would have known that this was the actual thing that they would have been putting out here? We have started on parts of the tower over here with new mock-ups that people have been doing, like ML designs and so forth. It looks like it might do a little bit more of this wrapping up this tower, and that would be a great feature so that everyone gets that opportunity to really look down. I'm excited for this ride, I really am. And I know even in my previous video, I did put some suggestions of things that I thought I was like, I wish it would be, but still, even though we may not get that, I still do feel like this is going to be an amazing ride and a great addition for this area. So with that, let's go ahead and hop on inside and see what other cool things we can find out and new updates inside the park, especially checking out the Shoreline Piers and seeing the progress that's gone along with that. So let's go. In the process of walking over to the Boardwalk so that I can get a better shots of the Project Purple as well as the Boardwalk area, I happened to run across this performance that they have going on in this show. It's called Sweep the Beat. And it is really good. I'm going to go ahead and put some of the scenes up from that show so that you guys can take a look at that. And then we're going to head over to the Boardwalk area to see the new progress that's happened over there. All right, so now we are at the construction site of Project Purple as well as Shoreline Piers. And it is Saturday, April 18th, and they are working. We got some crews over here clearing some of the dirt in the area. And there's a video of that stall from back here. And that section went up really quickly. And I think the tower is gonna take some time. We are waiting for the crane to come in, which is a 400-foot crane that's going to help them, assist them in being able to build that tower. So that's gonna probably take a little bit longer than it took for them to put this section up together. The stall was completed about a week, during the week after opening weekend. So they worked on that very quickly. I think that probably the longest part of this time is going to take is maybe going to be about landscaping and theming. And then down here, something that Hollywood Studios have brought up is that they put in these peepholes so that you can kind of get people who are a little smaller can get a view of the construction area. And it looks like maybe they had cut out a little bit more. No, you're fine. Yeah, they did cut out, looks like they cut out a little bit more peepholes so people can actually get a look at the construction area. And one thing that I did bring up last time I was here was actually about the Boardwalk area, about how they put the wood in the section where they had the games previously at. And I did notice that this was the pathway work that they were doing to make it look like actual wood. If you look down closely, they try to make it look like wood. So I do like that touch that they did to it. Hope that they actually continue this to that section back there, because that would be really nice if they can continue that on. So that way it makes everything look really well and put together. If any of you guys didn't know, in fact, all the attractions that we are getting, except for the swashbuckler, they're all coming from Six Flags America. So it's really nice to actually see those things actually coming up here. I was thinking that they might do that, but I just didn't know where they would place all of them. But it's actually really nice that they are gonna bring those here, because this is gonna help the area. We did need a lot more flat rides because we have lost quite a few, and it is nice that we're going to get a few more. And I'm definitely excited for Barrels of Fun, which is formerly Raging Cajun. If you guys watched my Six Flags America video for the final day, I did get a chance to ride that. And I did get the car that did not do any of the spinning. So I hope that they fix that. Now that it's going over here, for some of those cars that did not spin, I hope they corrected that and I can get another ride on that and be able to get the spinning feature, because I would like to know what that spinning feature feels like on those. Here we go, guys, just so you guys can look up there. They actually, yeah, they got started on the construction of Barrels of Fun. They're working on the lift hill right there. And that paint looks really good, and I think it's going to tie in very nicely with this area, sitting alongside like the purple coaster and have the blue coaster. And it's gonna really pull this place together. You see they got a few footers in over here, or it looked like a pad for the electrical. And then we got some conduit sitting on the ground right here. So that's a conduit tube right there. So there's gonna be a lot of electrical work that they're doing. They pulled up a few tree stumps. So right back there. So a lot of work is going. There's a lot of progression that has been made in this area. Looking back at where the launch section is, you can actually see that looks like they put in the transfer track right there. So that is something new that they've done over there. I'm really wondering where the station entrance is going to be, and if it's going to be part of this boardwalk section, or if they're going to make the entrance somewhere where the Golden Kingdom formerly was. I'm wondering what the theming is going to be for this ride, if it will be part of the boardwalk, or if it will be part of the former Golden Kingdom. I'm wondering if they're going to keep the Golden Kingdom theme for that section, or if it's something that they're going to end up changing. So that will probably be something that we see later on, probably in 2027, or probably for wherever the next coaster is going to be that comes to the park that will use officially the King of the Cod plot of land. But this is coming along quite quickly. They're doing a lot of work. And so I'm just expecting that probably by the late summer, early fall, we should probably start seeing testing, and I'm super excited for that to actually start happening, so we can really start seeing how this train or how this ride is going to potentially feel and the experiences that it's going to give. All right, so we're gonna head over and do the Safari off-road to try to see about getting some shots of the coaster from outside the park over in the Safari area. This is gonna be my first time doing this one. So let's just go ahead and jump on this one and see what's in store. So I just finished up doing the Safari off-road. So I actually did it from the park. So I came over to where Medusa is, and I got onto the Safari from there. So I just found out that there's actually two sections where you can actually board and do the Safari. So if you do it from the Safari base camp, they have a different area that they do, which is about 45 minutes. And I believe you probably see the coaster of Project Purple from that area where they do that tour. If you come and try to do the tour from where Medusa is, you don't get a chance to see where where Project Purple is being constructed from the backside, but you do see some other great areas of the Safari. I definitely did enjoy seeing the Siberian tigers and seeing some of the wildebeest and the antelopes. So it's definitely a great experience to do both. Next time I try to come, I'm going to try to see about doing the other side of the Safari, so then that way I can be able to see what those animals look like, as well as get additional footage of the coaster being constructed, especially when it comes to the tower. I also got a chance to see where the resort is located in relation to the safari. It's actually really cool being able to sit out on your balcony and see some of the animals. And during the tour, the lady was talking about how you can actually hear the lion's roar. They say their roar can be heard up to 5 miles. And then the tigers, they can hear their roar up to 3 miles or 2 miles for that one. So they said you can actually hear the animals from the resort. So I think that's really cool. I would love to stay there one of these days. The prices are really high. So one of these days, I'm going to definitely try to stay there and get that experience and hopefully share it with you guys so you can kind of get an idea of what it is like staying on the resort and being surrounded by the animals, because there's amazing views of the animals from your balcony and where you potentially will be sleeping. So now I'm going to just go ahead, walk around and see what else is happening. I'm going to try to see if there's some, get some more shots of the boardwalk area to kind of see if there's some more work that was done on Barrels of Fun. So let's go ahead and go and check that out. All right, so we are now back at the boardwalk, and it looks like they did a little bit more on the work on Barrels of Fun over here. They are completely done for the day. And there goes another look at the construction. You know, it's gonna be really nice to actually have another tall coaster back in the park, because ever since we lost King Ka, you know, our skyline didn't look that great anymore. So now having another tall coaster that you can see as you're entering the park from Route 537, it's going to be really nice to actually have this here and bring back the skyline to Great Adventure, because it did have a nice skyline before. And now when you walk into the park, you're going to have these two beautiful coasters that'll greet you as you're coming in. So that's going to go ahead and do it for me for this video, guys. I want to thank you all for taking the time and actually viewing the video. And if you like the video, go ahead and press the thumbs up button at on the very bottom. Helps the video get out to more people. And also, if you want to see that coaster I was talking about that kind of had a stall just like this by G-Force Magazine, go to their YouTube page, and it's called Thunderstruck 2. You can check out the POV, or you can also check out the cinematic view, which also has the POV in it as well at the very end. And you'll see what I was talking about when it came to that really long stall, and that was a really great design that he did. And he also has a lot of other coasters on his YouTube page as well, and he does really good designs and layouts. ML Design is another good one as well. So definitely check out their YouTube pages. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it with you guys at that one, and be sure to check out the next video that pops up on your screen, and I'll catch you guys there.